Right, good morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me. So this is going to be a last lecture, and we'll be focusing on few topics like how to use a dictionary, facts versus opinions, and how to use a glossary, compare versus contrast, and cause and effect. Right, so these things are very important for all the types of skills, whether it is writing, speaking, listening, or reading, and especially for writing you need all of them, right? Yeah, for speech as well. Uh, in writings, you find them when it comes to the exam-oriented uh, lessons, right? Okay, so and there is a repeat CA which are 9:30, right? Most probably. We'll see. I hope you can hear me. I don't know with the conditions whether I'm clear to you because of the unstable network connections. I hope I'm clear. Right? If you can't hear me, you can just tell me. Right. So we'll start with the first, which is the usage of dictionary. So how to use a dictionary, right? Nowadays, of course, we don't have like a mini dictionary, pocket dictionary, or just a dictionary, but we use the internet, right? So to search definitions of words. So it also acts as a dictionary. It's the same way, but we have to find words one by one likewise, and there are some websites based on the dictionaries like Oxford, likewise. So you can find the words, from the alphabetical order, in the alphabetical order in such dictionaries. Right? So somehow, what is the usage of dictionary? What is the purpose of using a dictionary? You should have that in mind, right? And it's better if you can have physically. If you can have a dictionary as well, carry with you a small pocket one, right? So that will be helpful for you, right? So as soon as you find something, it's better, it's easy to search online. But I mean, that is also nice too. It will also improve skills, right? So finding the words and then you will go through a lot of words and you will just read them as well, right? So there are some um, like physically as well, right? So you can see to find the meaning, pronunciation, word type, and sometimes example sentences of a word, we use a dictionary, right? So basically, why do we use a dictionary? It's to find the meaning. And also, when you go in, what do you call go through a dictionary, you find that there are some, there the way to pronounce the word is also there, and the word class or the word type also can be seen in a dictionary sentence. Using the term, right, for you to see how it is going to be placed, right? So, especially when it comes to online, you find it. So, here we have identify the word, right? So, first thing you should do is pick the technical term you want to understand, right? So, it can be any technical term and it can be any other word, right? So, based on your lessons, so you can use the technical terms that you find it and then you can look for it, right? So physical dictionary. You can just use a physical dictionary like the Oxford, anything like Malasekara and any type of dictionary and find the word alphabetically, right? So that helps you to improve a lot, as I told you before. And when it comes to online dictionary, it's also, if you are not having that much of time, right? So if the time is constrained, you can use online dictionary, right? So you can type the word and search, right? So there are online dictionaries as well, like Merriam-Webster, Oxford, right? So you can find it. If not, you can just search the term, right? Then you can read. Now, when you find the word, when you found the meaning, you have to read it carefully, right? Because there are several meanings to a single. There may be several meanings to a single word or term. Therefore, it can be used in many ways. Therefore, you have to always be, you should read carefully, right? So, part of speech. So, when you see the term, you find the definition, right? So, what the definition is. Like, if you take a term, right? So, if you just take a simple word information, it can be a collection of data or something, the meaning can be there, right? So then it says it whether it is a noun, whether it is an adverb, whether it is sorry verb. So it says whether it is adjective, right? So parts of speech also can be seen there, right? And how to pronounce it, often shown in phonetic symbols. So you might see it's like the English alphabet, but not like it, right? So it has some symbols here and there, right? So that is the phonetic alphabet, right? So you can see using the phonetic symbols, the pronunciation is given, right? And also an example or two, maybe more examples given, and also you can see how synonyms or antonyms given below, right? So that is how online dictionary works, of course. And when it comes to normal dictionary, you don't have many things like that, right? Then apply meaning, how to use the word correctly in a sentence or explanation. You can see these things in a um, dictionary, right? So if you don't know to pronounce a word, you can just type the word, you can just find the meaning, and at the same time, you can learn how to pronounce the word by listening to it, right? And so here you can see this is the sentence I have taken. Um, Modern engineering solutions rely heavily on algorithms, data processing, and automation technologies. So I just took a single word, right? So you might find many difficult words in a sentence. You can go through each and every one. But what I found here is algorithms, right? So it is very common term to you all, but you sometimes you might not know what it is, right? So to define the term is algorithm. So you can see the dictionary definition, a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations, problem solving operation, right? So the context, when it is used in your context, right? That means in engineering technology, you can place it process data efficiently. So here you can see the image where it defines algorithm. Right. Sorry. So I told you that would happen. Right. Okay. So you can see now, as I told you, I found the term algorithms in this sentence related to your subject areas, right? So you can see the term algorithm is taken, where word algorithm defines a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or problem solving operation. So when taken from the internet, right, to define the word algorithm, you can say this is how it appears when we search for it, right? So you can see algorithm. So if you just click this, right, here it won't work. So if you just click that, uh, the volume button or something there, right? So you can option there, right? So you can listen to the term how it is pronounced, right? So you can see algorithm. So sometimes the accent might change, right? So both the British and what do you call it? American accents might be there, right? Then you can see the class of words or the part of speech is given here, which is a noun, right? And then you can see a sentence, right? So here we have another comma, especially by a computer. So it says, right? So then you can see a basic algorithm for division. Likewise, you can find a sentence as well. Sometimes you might find synonyms, antonyms below it, right? Okay, so that is how you find a term. Then we'll say, what is this? Using glossaries, right? So how are you going to use glossaries? So what are these glossaries? Now, in every textbook you find, right? You at the end of the textbook there is a glossary, right? Where the term is defined actually how with the definition, right? So you see that if the term is difficult and it's taught for you, I mean, it's taught for the first time for you, then definitely you will have a glossary there, right? So in your school textbooks also you have found it, and in English textbooks, and even in other, when it comes to the university level also, you find such a glossary. Or sometimes your teacher, lecturer might give you a glossary saying, so these are the definitions of terms. Sometimes they might give it at the beginning of the lecture because for you to just understand the lesson, right? So somehow we find it at the end. And what is the difference now? Now actually, the dictionary definitions are there, right? Why does it differ? It is basically to understand subject specific meanings. Now, when it comes to science, just imagine we talk about science. So there are technical terms that is related to science, right? So if you don't know what such terms are, sometimes the same thing, same word can be applied in our day-to-day lives, right? In another way, right? In another way means it can define in another way, right? So you can see. Therefore, to understand subject-specific meaning, that means related to your subject context or subject areas, we have several words or phrases, right? So, like the term algorithm, right? So, like in computer or in technology, you find the term algorithm, right? So, then it is not used in our day-to-day lives. Therefore, it is a subject-specific term, right? That may differ from general dictionary definition. Okay, so here you can see how to follow or to how to go through a glossary. First is locate a glossary. Engineering technology textbooks often have a glossary at the end. Not only engineering technology, any textbook. If you have textbooks, or mostly in what do you call, in as undergraduates we don't find textbooks, right? So we are at the end of it, if you have a textbook you see that you have a glossary at the end. Online technical resources, so websites may have glossaries, right? So you might find glossaries in websites as well. Then how are you going to search for them? Right? So look for the exact matches of your technical word. Right? So as I told you, it can have several meanings, several definitions, but related to your own subject areas, context, you have to apply the term and apply the meaning of the term as well. Right? Read the definition. Focus on contextual meaning relevant to engineering technology if it is related to your field, right? So you have to definitely go through it. Find the meaning that is suitable to you, right? It can have several meanings, but it should always define the meaning that is related to you, that is a glossary. Note and related concepts or abbreviations. Yeah, you might find abbreviations, you might find any concepts related to that because it is a technical term, right? And it is subject specific term. Therefore, you can define it easily as the definition is also given at the end of the glossary or in glossaries you find it. So use the definition, include it in technical writing, reports, or explanation. So you can use those terms or words that you find in the glossary in your subject areas or in subject, like your own field work, right? Okay, so that is the difference between glossary. Now, when it comes to dictionary, we have many terms where the definition is given on each and every term, or the word there, and it can be used in several ways. But when it comes to a glossary, you have the definitions or terms related to your specific subject, right? And those words are in need for you, I mean, for your future studies, right? So then you can find the difference between those two. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Right. So we have an example here. The first year, yeah, we'll see. The collection, manipulation, and analysis of data using computational methods to produce meaningful information. Right? So, what is it? Data process is essential for controlling automated systems in manufacturing. So, you can see that how it is used in the context, right? So, I mean, it's not a word actually, it's like a whole sentence. Okay. What is the main difference? Give technical or domain specific meanings, right? So, that is glossary. That's same. Right. So, we are done with the dictionary, right? So you can start using a dictionary today onwards, and you can have a vocabulary journal where I mean, words related to your field can be found, and you can find the definition of them, usage of them, and you can make sentences, and you will remember them for future. Right, and that will help you to improve your vocabulary, English speaking ability, as well as writing ability a lot. Right. So then let's move on to key. Now these were done in the first semester, first year as well, right? So still you have them in the second year. So we'll just follow up. Then key reading techniques. So what are these key reading techniques? Right. So you know skimming, scanning, then extensive reading, intensive reading. There are types of reading, right? So you might have learned them. So, however, we'll be focusing on skimming and scanning. So, skimming is usually a quickly read to get the main idea. It's like skimming is like just going through it. I mean, you're not thoroughly reading. You're not into the reading, but just reading. It's how that's how you do it somehow, right? So you just read it. I mean, like it's not reading, of course. Like it's like a glance at the passage or anything given, right? So you just look at it, and then you get the idea. It's about sports. It's about technology. It's about this thing and that thing. Likewise, you just get the idea, right? And then you highlight or underline the important sentences or unfamiliar technical terms. That's how you do it, right? So skimming, of course, you don't need to actually highlight anything because you just get the overall idea of the given passage or the content, right? And then scanning is somewhat different from skimming. You know what scan does, right? So scanning is looking for certain keywords, right? So it has, I mean, if it is about technology, you will be finding about the term technology, and if it is about computer or something, you will be finding the term computer. Or if it is about artificial intelligence, you will be finding looking for the word artificial intelligence as the keyword, right? So the scanning is look for keywords related to facts, opinions, and technical terms, right? So you see, scanning and skimming is, I mean, scanning can be done based on keywords, it can be based on the dates, it can be based on certain names. Likewise, you can scan, right? And related to any fact, opinion, or technical terms. When it comes to skimming, it's just a quick read. I mean, it's not like thorough reading, right? Or you are not reading it, what do you call it, deeply, right? Just a I mean, surface reading, right? Okay, so then you can see I have brought a passage. So this is about the role of renewable energy in engineering, right? So you know what renewable energy is. Can someone tell me what renewable energy is? Yes, right. So first, we'll just have a, what do you call it? We'll just skim this, right? So how are you going to skim? Just reading. Renewable energy has a cornerstone of modern engineering solutions due to every, yeah. So you read that part. Then like you know how to scheme it, right? Solar energy captured through photo, yeah. Then wind turbines convert into, I don't know, that's done, right? Then one of the major benefits of renewable energy, then you just go on reading, right? So this is how you read the, how you skim. So you are scanning renewable energy. Then you are using like what? Sunlight, wind, water, solar energy, right? So here you see engineer. Likewise, you'll be finding renewable energies potential. Then again, advantages, right? So you'll be finding keywords. So if the question is to write advantages, you'll be finding for the keyword advantages. Sorry, advantages. Then you will find what are the advantages. Then you see uh, if the question is like how to usage or something, then you will find for the term usage, right? So that is how you scan the reading, right? So the other thing is now when you find a set of questions like this, right? Now you are given a comprehension. Now you can do the extensive reading as well, right? So you can just thoroughly read it, not on the surface area if you cannot answer the question, right? So you have to read it thoroughly for you to get the idea. So we'll just move on to the next slide. You can see several questions that I have brought up. What are three natural sources of renewable energy mentioned in the passage? So this is the type of question, right, where you have to write only the three natural sources, right? Like one, two, three. You are not going to write a lengthy answer for it. You are writing a short answer for this type of question. Right here, this is an MCQ. This is an MCQ question. You can see which renewable energy technology converts sunlight into electricity. So you can see wind turbine, photovoltaic cells, and hydroelectric dam. Right. So you can see among these answers, you have to select one. Right. So options are given. So that is MCQ type one. Then you might find true or false question, right? Basically, in a comprehension, you might find a true or false question. So there, if they have asked you to write TOF, you have to write place TOF. If they have asked you to write true or false, you have to write the whole thing true or false. If they have given you like a symbol like the tick and the cross, then you have to I mean, not the cross actually. What do we call it? Yeah, the wrong mark. So you can mark false mark. You can mark it, right? And then, so likewise, that is how you do this true or false, right? So you just go through it. You read the passage, then get the idea whether it is true or whether it is false. Then for that you have to have thorough reading, right? To find true or false, you have to have thorough reading, and you can even skim through the you can just find the whole sentence in the passage, right? Like by skimming, not skimming, actually scanning, right? So you can find the whole sentence by scanning, and you can just you want to read the whole thing, you just can just answer the true or false part, right? Then what is one challenge engineers face when implementing renewable energy system? Name one technological advancement that helps integrate renewable energy into power grids. Right? So you can see here, of course, I have not included a question where you have to write about your opinion, right? So opinion in the sense what you think about the passage. If such questions are given, you have to write on your own, right? Not based on the you have to think of the passage, you have to use it, but you are not going to write something that is on the passage. You have to write your own opinion, what you think about it, what is your opinion regarding the question. So here in the fourth one, of course, you have to write a short answer in the sense it's not short like the first question, but you have to write one or two sentences when it comes to the fourth question, right? So fifth one is definitely what how the opinion thing, right? So here you can see facts to identify, right? Solar energy is captured through photovoltaic cells. Wind turbines convert kinetic energy into electricity. Renewable energy reduces greenhouse gas emissions. These are facts. Then you have to identify the opinions. What are opinions? Opinions are your thoughts, right? Or some or opinions said by another person, right? So you can see many experts believe that continuous innovation will address these issues over time. So this is the opinion of the experts. So renewable energy represents a transformative field in engineering. So this is also opinion of the writer or some, right? So you can see if it is within the inverted commas, right? So that is something said by someone, right? Okay, then technical terms. So you find these like photovoltaic, wind turbine, hydroelectric, smart grid, energy storage. So this can also appear as a question for you. How? I mean, you have to define the terms and you have to define the technical terms and also you have to make sentences. So you might find this, or if not, you will just have the terms and the definitions where you are asked to match them, or where you are asked to write them, write the correct meaning in the relevant, in front of the relevant term, right? So these are few types of questions you find in comprehension. Yes, so you can see this is the reading comprehension. So you have several questions and then you have these things, right? So even in these facts and opinions that we'll be learning in future, now in the uh, coming up slides, right? So you can learn them. So this can also be a question, right? So identify whether this is a fact or an opinion, right? So these are the types of questions that you get under the reading comprehension, right? So of course we did listening. Listening is I mean, in the sense you have to have listening skills as well. We did listening for the CS, therefore we are going to focus much on listening for now, right? And here you can see now there's a passage, right? So you just go through this passage, read it. You can skim it, scan it, read thoroughly by using extensive reading, and also you have to answer these questions, right? So you have to answer these questions, and also you have to find the terms, the definitions for these technical terms, right? So facts and opinions we'll just keep for now because I'm going to teach that lesson uh, in the coming up slides, right? So you can see the passage here, right? So the comprehension, you can just go through it, read it, and answer these questions. I just keep it for a few minutes so you can have a photo of the passage and then simply answer them and send in the chat, right? All of you should do it. So we'll see how you answer. Don't try to copy the answers, okay? Just have your own answers, your own terms, your own words. And that is how you should do in the exam as well. You don't try to just copy what is on the comprehension to your answer, right? Take it and make, I mean, if they have asked like the exact answer, it's okay for you to copy the same thing. But if not, if like, why do you think, what if with the WH questions, how do you think? Likewise, if you get such questions, better to answer on your own. Just read it, get the fact, and then you make your own sentence or make your own answer, right? Okay, so hope you took the picture, take the picture of this passage. Right, so here are the questions. And here are the technical terms. And if you didn't understand anything, whether it is how to follow a dictionary, or how to follow a glossary, or how to do a reading comprehension, you can ask me, right? Don't be silent if you don't understand anything. You can just put a text, right? I mean, individually, you can just tell me so then I can explain it again. තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් මොන හරි අහන්න, right? Don't be silent. So I think you understood it. So your silence means that, right? Okay, I hope you took the pictures of all the three, the passage and the questions plus the technical terms. Technical terms, of course, you can find it online. It's fine. But when answering, please answer on your own. Right. Start doing it. Please share in the chat. I'll give you like 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. Right, few students sent me the answers, right? So, what are the answers for the first question? What are the three natural sources of renewable energy mentioned in the passage? So, what are they? You see that sunlight, wind, water, and which renewable energy technology converts sunlight into electricity, right? So, we found it while reading photovoltaic cells. And then renewable energy helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So, you no need to read actually the whole passage to know that. So it's a fact, right? So then you can say yes, it is true, right? And then what is one challenge engineers face when implementing renewable energy systems? Name a technological advancement that helps integrate renewable energy into power grids. So yeah, high initial installation costs or smart grids are the answers. Right, good. Uh, okay. Right. So we'll just find the meanings for these terms. Okay. Since we don't have enough time, and if not, I will be waiting. Others also can send you answers in the meantime. I'll be moving to the next part of our lesson, which is cause and effect. Right. Now, if I ask you a question, what? You just send the answers. I'll check it later. Right. So if I ask you the question, why do machines fail? Right? If I ask you these questions, sorry, why do machines fail? So you might come up with these answers. So I have borrowed up the answers as well. What are the three answers that you might bring up? Machines fail because of poor maintenance, right? So because of poor maintenance, the machines fail. Then machines overheat due to excessive load. So therefore, machines fail due to the excessive load when it overheats. Then a system crashes because the software has bugs, right? So machine which has a system can crash because the software has bugs, right? So you can see there are three different answers for the question why machines fail. Because of poor maintenance, due to excessive load, because the software has bugs. Right? So you can see similar words like because of, due to, then the because, right? So there are several terms, right, which says what? Which says what? Why the machines fail, right? So it's like the answer to the question why the machines fail. So because of poor maintenance, due to excessive load, because the software has bug. So what is the question then? What is why machine fail, right? So then you can see why do these what do you call uh, machines fail due to these three reasons, right? So this is how it is, right? The reason is the cause. Reason is the cause means what is it? Machine fail because of poor maintenance. So what is the cause then? The reason, poor maintenance, right? So what is the result? Is the effect machine failure, right? So due to the cause, effect, results, right? So what is the cause here? Because of the poor maintenance. Poor maintenance is the what do you call the cause or the reason why the machine failed. What is the reason? If you just ask this question, why do or what is the reason for the machine failure? So then what is the reason? It is the poor maintenance. So that becomes the cause, which is the reason. Effect එක මොකද්ද? The result. Right? Machine failure එක තමයි මේකේ effect එක වෙන්නේ. අපි ගත්තොත් second එක machine overheat. Machines overheat due to excessive load. Make cause එක මොකද්ද? Can someone tell me the cause in machines overheat due to excessive load එකේ? මොකක්ද ඒකේ තියෙන මේ cause එක? So basically, cause and effect means reason and result, right? So certain thing happens, and for that to happen, what are the reasons? So that is basically cause and effect. Machine එකක් fail වෙන්නේ හේතු වෙන්නේ මොනවද? හේතු වෙන එක තමයි cause එක වෙන්නේ. ඒ හේතු machine එක fail වෙන එක තමයි effect එක වෙන්නේ. So tell me what is the cause and effect in the second sentence? Machines overheat due to excessive load කියන එකේ. Yes. What is the cause in the sentence? Machines overheat due to excessive load. And what is
Right,
the
few
effect
students
in
sent me
this
the
sentence, the
answers,
second one?
right?
Machines
So,
overheat
what are the
due to
answers for the
excessive
first?
load. Quickly send in the chat. The answer to the cause and effect. And even in the third one, the system crashes because the software debugs. So software has bugs, right? So then what is the cause there and what is the effect? Yes. So in the second sentence, right? Machines overheat due to excessive load. What is the cause? Excessive load, right? Reason for machines to overheat. What are the reasons for the overheat of machines? Then you can see excessive load becomes the cause. Then what is the effect or the result? Result එක මොකක්ද? ඒකෙන් වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? Excessive load එක හින්දා machines overheat වෙනවා. So effect එක තමයි machines overheat. ඊළඟ sentence එක ගත්තොත් a system crashes because the software has bugs. එතකොට මොකක්ද cause එක? Software has bugs. ඒ කියන්නේ reason එක තමයි software has bugs. The effect එක ඒ හින්දා system crash වෙනවා. right? result එක මොකක්ද? bugs ලා ඉන්න හින්දා system එක crash වෙනවා කියන එක තමයි result එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් effect එක වෙන්නේ. right. So definition cause කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Why something happens. ඇයි මොන හරි දෙයක් වෙන්නේ කියන එක තමයි cause එක කියලා කියන්නේ. right? Why do the machines fail? ඒක තමයි cause එක. right? Then effect එක මොකද්ද? What happens as a result? මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? cause එක හින්දා මොකද්ද result එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. right? So then you can see simple example, right? Circuit failed because the voltage was too high. So what is the cause? High voltage, right? Effect is circuit failure, right? The circuit failed because the voltage was too high, right? So what was the cause? High voltage. It was the reason for the circuit failure, right? So why something happens? Why does the circuit failure happens? Because the voltage is high. So high voltage. Then what happens as a result? What has happened due to the high voltage? The circuit has failed. So that is how you question the cause and effect. Then you can see excessive heat leads to material deformation. So please tell me what is the heat, cause and effect. I'll give you 1 minute. Please share with me. What is the cause and effect in this sentence? Example. Excessive heat leads to material deformation. Yeah? Send in the chat quickly. I'll be waiting for you. Right, true, yes. So cause is, what is the cause? Yeah, what is the cause? It is the excessive heat. Good, right. So effect is material deformation. Right. Okay, so we'll move on to the next. So you can see there are several signal words, right, which suggest cause words and cause and effect, right? So for you to identify the cause and effect, you can quickly, I mean, when you see these terms, when you see these words, you can quickly identify the cause, right? We'll see. Because, right? So it itself has the word cause, right? So because the motor failed because of overheating, then due to the delay occurred due to a power outage, then because of the system shut down because of overload, caused by the crack was caused by stress, right? And also at the same time, we have effect words, right? The voltage increased so the circuit failed. Therefore, the design was faulty. Therefore, the system failed. As a result, the load was too heavy. As a result, the beam bent. Leads to corrosion, leads to pipe leakage. Results in poor insulation, results in energy loss. මතක තියාගන්න මේ දෙකේම cause and effect දෙකම තියෙනවා. හැබැයි cause and effect එක ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කියන්නේ identify කරගන්න තමයි ඔයාලට මේ cause words තියෙන්නේ right motor fail මොකද්ද මේ උනේ මෙතන මොකද්ද effect එක motor fail වෙච්ච එක. එතන cause එක තමයි මෙතන because of overheating කියලා තියෙන්නේ. delay occurred මොකද්ද effect එක due to a power outage තමයි මෙතන cause එක විදිහට තියෙන්නේ. the system shut down මේක තමයි effect එක මොකද්ද මෙතන because of overload තමයි course එක විදිහට තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ course word එකත් එක්ක මේ word එකත් එක්ක අපිට එහා පැත්තට තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? course එක. right? එතකොට ඊට කලින් තියෙන්නේ effect එක. මෙතන defect words එකේ ඔයාලට පේනවා ඇති ඒකේ අනිත් පැත්ත. The voltage increased so the circuit failed. මෙතන මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? voltage එක increase වෙච්ච එක තමයි course එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ so කියන එකකින් පස්සේ අපිට තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? effect එක. Design was faulty, therefore the system failed. මේ මොකද්ද effect එක. The load was too heavy, as a result the beam bent. මේ මොකද්ද effect එක. Corrosion leads to pipe leakage. එතන pipe leakage කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒක තමයි effect එක. Poor insulation results in energy loss. Energy loss කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒක තමයි effect එක. හැබැයි අපි මේ හැම එකේම අපිට cause එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකද්ද මේකේ cause එක? Voltage increase, design was faulty, load was too heavy, corrosion, poor insulation, right? So then you can clearly see with these signal terms, right? So whether it is cause words or whether it is effect words, you can quickly identify the cause and effect. Easily identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Okay, then මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක් තියෙනවා. Right? So how sentences are built, right? So I just told you through the examples as well, right? So using because you have the effect, then the because plus cause, then so, which is a what? Effect word, you can see cause, then so plus the effect. Right? The machine stopped because the power supply failed. The power supply failed, so the machine stopped. මේ මම අර examples වලින් කියලා දීපු එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. effect එක තියෙනවා. ඊළඟට because ඊළඟට cause එක තියෙනවා. ඒ cause words use කරන්නේ. අපි ඉතින් effect words use කරද්දී ඔයාලට පේනවා ඇති cause එක ඉස්සෙල්ලාම එනවා. ඊළඟට effect word එක ඊළඟට effect එක. Right? So using due to, because of, right? Effect, due to, because of, then you can have a noun phrase. The accident occurred due to human error. Right? Then noun phrases උත් එනවා. කියන්නේ human error ඒ වගේ noun phrases උත් you මේ මොකද්ද? cause එක විදිහට එනවා. Right? Human error තමයි එතන cause එක. Right. Then using therefore as a result for technical. Right? Formal or technical. Cause therefore as a result effect. Because the design did not meet safety standards. Therefore මේක ඇවිල්ලා මොකද්ද? effect එක it was rejected. Right? The design did not meet safety standards තමයි course එක. So මෙන්න මේ therefore වගේ terms ආපුවාම it was affected. මේක ඇවිල්ලා formal technical මේ usage වලදී අපි use කරන words. Right? So this is the usage of cause and effect. කොහොමද අපි cause and effect use කරන්නේ කියලා. right? So you can see there are several words, the terms related to cause and effect. You have to use them and join the sentences, right? මේ sentences combine කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන මේ cause and effect words use කරලා. Whenever you have to place it, right? Right. Try to do it on your own. තනියෙන් කරන්න බලන්න. මේ වගේ questions මහට paper එකේ එන්නත් ඉඩ තියෙනවා. ඒ හින්දා තනියම කරන්න. Okay. I'll send you answers to the chat. Right. So I'll just quickly go through the answers because we have to move on with the facts and opinions and also compare and contrast. Right. So here you can see the machine stopped. Right. I mean, full stop. Then the power supply failed. Right. So you have to always question why it happens and what happens. Right. So you can see the machine stopped because the power supply failed. Right. So then machine stop is the effect. Then because the power supply failed because කියන්නේ මොන word එකක්ද cause word එකක් ඒ හින්දා එක power supply failed කියන්නේ මොකක්ද if cause එක right so then මේ ගැලපෙන ඒවා you have to just go through all the words and then find it there was a heavy rain then you have to check there was heavy rain because the road flooded no so the road flooded because of the road flooded therefore the road flooded no right so you can find there was heavy rain, so the road flooded, right? Then next, the flight was delayed. Why the flight was delayed? Due to bad weather, right? So then due to bad weather, සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ weather එකක් ගැන එහෙම කියන්නේ due to the hot weather, due to the cold weather, right? She's sick. අර ඒ වගේ අපි due to කියන්නේ ගොඩක් රටවල් weather එකත් එක්ක use කරන term එකක්. Right? Then the experiment failed because of human error. එහෙම නැත්නම් due to human error කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. වැරදි නෑ. Right? So the experiment failed because of human error. Next one is the safety standards were not met. Therefore, uh, the safety standards were not met with the thing. Mm, එතනට දාමු. The experiment was cancelled වගේ එකක්. Right. So then you can see that uh, the safety standards were not met. Therefore, the experiment was cancelled. Right? Safety standards. You know what safety standards is. Right. So then you can actually answer them, right? So you can send the answers. So those are the answers. Good, yes. Almost all of you are doing it. So you won't make it, I mean, find it difficult if it is on the paper. Right. Next, පියමු. කවුද මෙතන යන්නේ? Right. ඊළඟට යමුව fact and opinion එකට. Right. So you can see fact and opinion, right? දැන් අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ causan එක. දැන් අපි ආවා fact and opinion එකට. What are facts? Facts are statements that can be proven true or false, right? So these are the facts which can be proven true or false. Now these are the things, right? So like the things that are already there, right? And it is not like someone's or somebody's opinion or perspective regarding it, right? But those are the facts. It is like now the sun rises in the east. So that is a fact. Why is it a fact? It is like a universal truth, right? So it can be the proven true or false. When it comes to opinion, we cannot prove it as a truth or false. Why? Because it can differ based on circumstances, right? Opinion එකකදී දැන් හිතන්න එක්කෙනෙක් කියනවා smartphones are advantages. එක්කෙනෙක් කියනවා smartphones are disadvantages. එහෙම කිව්වම අපිට ඒක prove කරන්න බෑ full advantages ද කියලා නැත්නම් full disadvantages ද කියලා prove කරන්න බෑ, right? So then you can see facts are statements that can be proved true or false. Then common signals, numbers, dates, scientific facts can be checked, right? So check කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් ඔක්කොම facts විදිහට තමයි ගන්න. So water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. අන්න ඒ වගේ ඒව තමයි අපි එහෙම නැත්නම් general truth, scientific facts ඒව තමයි අපි facts විදිහට ගන්නෙ, right? So අපි ගත්තොත් opinions. Opinions are different, right? So opinions are statements that show personal feelings, beliefs or judgments. Again, it can be like, according to my opinion, I think, I believe, right? So maths, right? So it's the most difficult subject. So you can see maths is the most difficult subject කියද්දී ඒක ඔයාගෙන් තව කෙනෙක්ට වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? So sometimes maths is favorite subject of some students while math is most difficult subject of some students, right? Or easiest subject to some, difficult to some, and like 50-50 for some, right? So you see that opinions are I mean, it's like just statements, right? So which shows personal feelings, beliefs, or judgments, right? So ඒ වගේ common signals තමයි I think, I believe, best, worst, most, boring, interesting. ඒ වගේ words වලින් පටන් ගන්න. එහෙම. facts වල තියෙන්නේ facts කියන්නේ ඒවා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ general truths එහෙම නැත්නම් universal facts ඒවා. Right? ඒවා can be proven true or false. Water boils at 100 degrees, sorry, 100 degrees Celsius can true the false. You know it's true, right? Sun rises in the west කිව්වොත් එහෙම it's false, right? Because you know that sun rises in the east, right? අන්න ඒ වගේ you have to know the facts and the opinions, right? So you have simple work to do, right? You have to just find first one, you have to just state whether it is fact or opinion, and in the second one also the same, you have to just state whether it is a fact or opinion, and in the third one also, and likewise all the questions you have to state whether this is a fact or opinion, right? So quickly just tell me, send the answers. So first one is earth revolves around the sun. Likewise, just think of it whether it is a fact or opinion. I'm just sending the chat. Right. So here you can see the first one, Earth revolves around the sun. So you know the Earth revolves around the sun, right? So it is what? A fact, right? So we cannot change that. It is a truth. Then football is the most exciting sport. It can be, right? For some people, not for all, right? So some like cricket, some like rugby, some like hockey, likewise. There are people are interested in many sports. So then football is most exciting sport is opinion, right? So they say more football. I mean, the people who like football say football is the most exciting sport. Who like cricket say cricket is the most exciting sport. So that is opinion. Then there are 7 days in a week. So you see that is a fact, right? We know there are 7 days. We cannot say that there are 8 days, or some cannot say there are 14 days, right? So you know exactly you have 7 days in the week. Therefore, you can say it is a fact. Right. Next, science is more interesting than history, right? So this is definitely an opinion. Why? More interesting than history. So it can be, science can be interesting for some people. Why? History can be interesting for some, or it won't. I mean, both the subjects might not be interesting for few people or some people, right? Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So you know that is a fact. So you see, right? How to identify fact and opinion. Basically, we compare things to show similarities, comparing and contrast to show differences. To explain ideas clearly, we use the compare and contrast, right? Cats and dogs, phones and tablets, reading and watching movies, right? So these are few of the things that show the similarities and differences. How are we going to show similarities and differences using both and, right? Using both and we can show similarities, right? How both cat and dogs are animals. So that is a similarity. So they are, what do you call? They are group or they are kingdom, animal kingdom. They belong to animal kingdom. So they are, we can use both cats and dogs are animals. You can see using of both and, right? Both cars and buses use fuel, right? So then vehicles use fuel. So both cars and buses use fuel. Both reading and writing are important skills, right? So you can see comparisons showing similarities, right? Both reading and writing are important skills, right? Then using like similarly, right? Both and වගේම like or similarly use කරලත් අපිට similarities පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද? A tablet is like a laptop in many ways. Now, then you have like plus noun or similarity. මේකේ වෙන්නේ both noun ඊළඟට ආය and noun plus verb, right? So both කියන්නේ both, then noun එක ඇවිල්ලා cat and ඇවිල්ලා and then noun again dogs ඊළඟට are තමයි verb එක animals. Right? අන්න ඒ වගේ next එකේ use තමයි verb එක fuel. Right? Both cars and buses use fuel. දැන් මේකෙත් එහෙමයි noun like plus noun or similarly කියන එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Right? So you can see a tablet is like a laptop in many ways. අය අපි මෙතනින් similarly කියලා දැන් සමහරලාට noun එකෙන් පස්සේ similarly කියන එකකින් start කරන හින්දා මෙන්න මේ example එක වගේ. Studying online is flexible. Similarly, self-study is flexible, right? So you can see usage of like or similarly to show comparison, right? Then showing differences, contrast කරන්න කොහොමද කියලා. Sentence but sentence. Sentence, however, sentence. කොහොමද? The phone is small but the tablet is large. Right? So you are contrasting. Right? Compare and contrast දෙකම තියෙනවා මතක තියාගන්න. The exam was difficult. However, students passed. Then using while or whereas showing differences between two ideas. කොහොමද? Sentences plus while, whereas plus sentences. A car uses fuel while an electric bike uses electricity. She likes tea, whereas he prefers coffee, right? So you can see using but or however, using while where, you can show the differences. While using similar, using both and using like similar, like and similarly, you can show similarity. So that is, this is how comparison and contrast is formed. You compare things, you contrast things. Differences can contrast, compare can similarities පෙන්නන එක. Right? Okay, so you can see few sentences. Shall we quickly rewrite the sentences using words in the brackets? මම හිතනවා compare contrast තේරෙන්නේ නැති කියලා. If you didn't understand, you can ask me questions. Right? So we compare things to show similarities, we contrast things to show differences. Right? Terms here you can identify whether it is a contrast or whether it is a similarity. Similarity in the sense compare. Okay. Right. So we'll just rewrite the sentences how cats are friendly, dogs are loyal. So then you can see cats are friendly, but dogs are loyal. Then a laptop is portable, whereas a desktop is not portable. Right. Then next, tea contains caffeine, coffee contains caffeine. Both tea and coffee contains caffeine. So caffeine. Then a bus is slow, a train is fast. A bus is slow, however, a train is fast. Then reading books is relaxing, watching movies is relaxing. Like reading books, watching movies is relaxing. Or something like watching movies, reading books is relaxing, right? Okay, so that's how we have to make the sentences. Uh, Hope you are done, have done it. Right, so you have few more minutes. Till then, I'll just share the link for the CA, repeat CA. Others can leave if you are done with the work. And this is your last lecture, and I'll be sending you the lecture slides in this evening, right? After finishing the CA as well. And so focus on all the parts like grammar parts that you have done in the first year as well, right? Like prepositions, conjunctions, and uh, yeah, those grammar parts, nouns, right? And other grammar parts that I taught here, like subject verb agreements. So basically, that is the main part I focused on. So I mean, focus on the subject verb agreement as well, right? Okay, so then I'll be sending the link for the repeat CS students. I hope you are here, and I won't give it again. And if the students are not here, please ask them to join soon. All the students should be here for the repeat CA. Please send your index numbers to the chat. All of you should be here. Repeat CA එක කරන්න ඉන්න හැමෝම index numbers එවන්න chat එකට. All of you should be here. You cannot just get the link and just do the CA, okay? Right. Okay. So then yeah, others can leave, other students can leave, and only the repeat CA students can stay here. Good luck for your exams. So study well and face the exam. Others be here. Right here, I have sent you the link. Please go and check whether it's working. එඩිට් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා බලන්න ටක් ගාලා මේල් එකෙන් ගිහිල්ලා මේ ඒක ලොග් වෙලා බලන්න මේ Google form එකට before I play the listening audio.